The United States of America 5-cent coin dated 2002 with a P mint mark, commonly called the 2002 P. Jefferson nickel, is a modern circulation issue produced by the Philadelphia Mint and represents the long-running Jefferson nickel design that was used from 1938 through mid-2004 before the Westward Journey series began. This coin has a face value of 5 cents and is composed of a durable copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a weight of 5.00 grams, a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, and a plain, smooth edge, making it suitable for heavy circulation use. The obverse front features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence, based on a sculpted profile by Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition in the late 1930s. On the obverse, the word liberty appears to the right of Jefferson's portrait in a distinctive cursive-style script, followed by a star and the date, 2002, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned along the left rim of the coin. Beneath the date is the P mint mark, indicating production at the Philadelphia Mint, which by this period routinely placed mint marks on nickels. The reverse back displays Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, rendered in a frontal architectural view with steps and columns clearly defined, symbolizing Jefferson's legacy as a statesman, architect, and thinker. Above Monticello appears the word Monticello, while the denomination 5 cents and the country name, United States of America, are arranged below, and the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, out of many one, is placed above the building, reflecting the unity of the nation. In 2002, Jefferson nickels were still struck in very large numbers for everyday commerce, and the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, meaning they are common in circulated condition and generally carry no silver content or intrinsic metal value beyond face value. An uncirculated, often called untilled by collectors, 2002 P nickel retains its original mint luster, sharp details in Jefferson's hair and coat, and clear steps on Monticello, though fully struck steps are less critical for this date than for earlier issues. From a collecting standpoint, the 2002 P. Jefferson nickel is valued mainly as a type coin or Dayton Mint example, appreciated for its role as one of the final years of the classic Monticello reverse design before major changes in 2004 to 2006. While it is not rare, it holds educational and historical interest as part of the continuous story of U.S. coinage, reflecting early 21st century minting practices, modern production quality, and the enduring symbolism of Jefferson, liberty, national unity, and faith as expressed through the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E pluribus unum. Next top. The United States of America 5-cent coin dated 2004 with the P mint mark is an important issue in modern U.S. numismatics because it belongs to the historic Westward Journey nickel series, created to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the Lewis and Clark expedition, 1804 to 1806, a journey that symbolized exploration, expansion, and the opening of the American West. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark on the obverse, the 2004 P nickel represents a major temporary departure from the long-running Jefferson nickel design that had been in use since 1938. On the obverse, the coin features a modernized portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by sculptor Joe Fitzgerald, showing Jefferson facing right with sharper, more contemporary details compared to the traditional Felix Schlag portrait. To the right of Jefferson appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," reaffirming the United States' foundational values, while the word liberty is uniquely presented in Jefferson's own handwritten script, taken directly from an original historical document, a design choice that connects the coin more intimately to Jefferson as a real historical figure rather than a symbolic image. The date, 2004, appears prominently on the obverse, and the overall appearance of the front reflects the U.S. Mint's effort to refresh circulating coinage and attract public interest, especially among young collectors and history enthusiasts. The reverse design of the 2004 P nickel exists in 2 different varieties as part of the Westward Journey program, making this year especially notable. One reverse shows the peace medal, a powerful symbol of diplomacy used by Lewis and Clark when meeting Native American tribes, featuring two clasped hands, one Native American and one representing the U.S. government, along with crossed tomahawk and pipe, and inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 5 cents, while the second reverse depicts the keelboat, the primary vessel used by the expedition to travel rivers during their westward journey, symbolizing movement, discovery, and endurance. Both reverse designs carry the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, emphasizing national unity, a theme especially fitting for a coin celebrating exploration and cooperation across cultures and territories. The 2004 P nickel is composed of the standard modern nickel alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge, maintaining continuity with earlier Jefferson Nickels despite its temporary design changes. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins for circulation, meaning that while they are historically significant, they are not rare in circulated condition. However, uncirculated examples, especially those with strong strikes, clean surfaces, and full design details, are desirable to collectors, and proof-like or high-grade mint state coins can command modest premiums. The 2004 P nickel also holds educational and cultural value, as it reflects a period when the U.S. Mint actively sought to tell America's story through everyday coinage, much like the earlier state quarters program, and many collectors today view the Westward Journey nickels as a bridge between classic and modern U.S. coin designs. Although its face value remains 5 cents, the true worth of the 2004 P nickel lies in its role as a circulating historical document, one that connects Thomas Jefferson's vision, the courage of Lewis and Clark, the ideals expressed in God We Trust, liberty, and E pluribus unum, and the continuing evolution of American coinage, making it a meaningful and educational piece for collectors, historians, and anyone interested in the story of the United States. Next top. The United States of America 5-cent coin dated 2007 with a D mint mark, commonly known as the 2007 D. Jefferson Nickel, represents a modern circulating issue of the long-running Jefferson Nickels series and reflects both continuity and subtle evolution in U.S. coinage. Struck at the Denver Mint, the D. mint mark appears on the obverse to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, bonded over a pure copper core, giving it a durable structure and a distinctive silver-gray appearance. It weighs 5.00 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain, smooth edge, specifications that have remained largely unchanged since 1938. The obverse features a forward-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, introduced in 2006 as a return to a more traditional look after the experimental westward journey designs of 2004 to 2005. Jefferson's image is detailed and dignified, symbolizing democratic ideals and intellectual leadership. On the obverse, the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," appear to the left of Jefferson's portrait, while liberty and the date 2007 are inscribed to the right, with liberty rendered in Jefferson's own handwriting style, adding historical and artistic significance. The reverse of the 2007 D. nickel displays Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, depicted with clear architectural detail and symmetry. Above it is the inscription, E pluribus unum, emphasizing unity among the states, while United States of America and 5 cents encircle the design, clearly stating the nation of origin and denomination. Coins described as uncirculated, often written by collectors as untilled, meaning not used in commerce, retain their original mint luster, sharp details, and lack the wear associated with everyday handling, making them more desirable than circulated examples, though they are still considered common in availability due to high production numbers. The 2007 D. Jefferson nickel holds modest monetary value in typical uncirculated condition, usually close to face value, but it is valued by collectors for its condition, strike quality, and role in completing date and mint collections. Overall, the 2007 D 5-cent coin stands as a clear example of early 21st century U.S. coinage, functional, historically rooted, and symbolically rich, carrying enduring national mottos such as "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum," while continuing the legacy of one of America's most iconic circulating coins. Next top. The United States of America 5-cent coin dated 2011 with the D Mint mark is a modern issue of the long-running Jefferson Nickels series, struck at the Denver Mint, and it represents continuity, durability, and everyday American commerce rather than a commemorative theme. By 2011, the Jefferson nickel had already undergone its major design transitions of the early 2000s, and this coin reflects the post-2006 permanent design format that remains in use today. On the obverse, the coin features a forward-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by artist Jamie Franke, also known as Jamie Franke Jaffe, making it the first U.S. circulating coin to show Jefferson looking straight ahead rather than in profile. This portrait emphasizes realism and presence, highlighting Jefferson's eyes, hair, and classical features with strong modern engraving. To the left of the portrait appears the motto, "In God We Trust," reaffirming a phrase that has appeared on U.S. coins since the 19th century and symbolizes faith, national identity, and moral heritage. The word liberty appears to the right of Jefferson in his own handwritten script, a distinctive design choice that personalizes the concept of liberty by tying it directly to the founding father who authored the Declaration of Independence. Beneath the script liberty is the date 2011, while the D Mint mark, identifying the Denver Mint, appears on the obverse as well, reflecting modern minting practice where mint marks are placed on the front of the coin. The reverse of the 2011 D nickel returned fully to the classic Monticello design, originally created by Felix Schlag and first introduced in 1938, featuring Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic Virginia home, shown with crisp architectural detail including the dome, steps, and columns. Surrounding the building are the inscriptions, United States of America along the top and 5 cents along the bottom, while above Monticello appears the Latin motto, E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one, a phrase that reflects unity among the states and the people of the nation. The coin is composed of the standard modern nickel alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5.00 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain, smooth edge, specifications that have remained unchanged for decades and ensure compatibility with vending machines and everyday circulation. In terms of production, the 2011 D nickel was minted in large quantities, with tens of millions struck for circulation, making it a common coin in circulated condition and readily found in pocket change even today. Because of its high mintage, the coin generally carries no premium above face value unless it is in uncirculated mint state, exhibits exceptional strike quality, or comes from a certified roll or mint set. However, collectors still value it as part of complete Dayton Mint Jefferson nickel collections. The 2011 D nickel reflects the U.S. Mint's return to stability after the artistic experimentation of the Westward Journey series earlier in the decade, balancing modern portraiture with a traditional reverse and serving as a practical, durable, and symbolic object used daily by millions of Americans. Although modest in monetary worth, the 2011 D 5-cent coin carries lasting historical and cultural significance through its inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "E Pluribus Unum," its depiction of Thomas Jefferson and Monticello, and its role as a small but enduring expression of American values, history, and national identity. Next top. The United States of America 5-cent coin dated 2016 with a P Mint mark, commonly called the 2016 P Jefferson nickel, is a modern circulating coin that continues one of the longest-running series in U.S. numismatic history while clearly expressing the nation's core ideals through its design and inscriptions. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P Mint mark on the obverse, a practice resumed for nickels beginning in 1980 to help collectors identify the place of manufacture. The 2016 P nickel is composed of the traditional copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded over a pure copper core, giving it durability, resistance to wear, and a familiar silver-gray appearance. It weighs 5.00 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge, specifications that have remained essentially unchanged since the Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938. The obverse features a detailed, forward-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait style, introduced in 2006, reflects a return to a more classical and dignified image after the special westward journey designs of 2004 to 2005 and emphasizes Jefferson's intellectual legacy and leadership. To the left of Jefferson's portrait appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," affirming a long-standing expression of faith and trust that has been part of U.S. coinage since the 19th century, while to the right are the word liberty, rendered in a script inspired by Jefferson's own handwriting, and the date 2016, reinforcing the nation's enduring commitment to freedom across generations. The reverse of the 2016 P5-cent coin displays a finely detailed image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, symbolizing knowledge, architectural innovation, and Enlightenment values that helped shape the early United States. Above Monticello is the motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, a powerful statement of unity among the states and the strength of the federal union, while the inscriptions, United States of America and 5 cents, frame the design and clearly identify the issuing nation and denomination. Coins described as uncirculated, often written as untilled, meaning they have not entered everyday commerce, retain their original mint luster, crisp details, and clean surfaces, making them more attractive to collectors than circulated examples, even though the 2016 P. Jefferson nickel was produced in large quantities and is readily available. In terms of value, most uncirculated 2016 P nickels trade close to face value unless they exhibit exceptional strike quality or are preserved in high-grade certified condition, yet they remain important for completing modern date and mint sets and for documenting contemporary U.S. coinage. Overall, the 2016 P United States 5-cent coin stands as a clear and meaningful representation of modern American money, combining practical design, historical tribute, and enduring national principles through the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "E pluribus unum," while continuing the long and respected legacy of the Jefferson Nickels series.